All right, today we're going to be multiplying and dividing of fractions. So if you'll open your composition notebooks open to the table of contents, we should be on page 10. We're going to go ahead and title it Multiply and Divide of Fractions. And just like the notes on adding and subtracting, we're going to finish out the rest of the notes at a later date, so leave a little space to put in other information. So let's flip to page 10. And your teacher would have already given you the foldable, so we'll glue that in later. Go ahead and put our title is Multiply and Divide of Fractions. And go ahead and number it page 10. We are only going to do the top part in this video, and in another video we'll take care of the mixed numbers of multiplying and dividing. So let's do the multiplication part first. And I'm going to use a red colored pencil. We do not get a common denominator. So no common denominators. We're going to cross reduce if possible. You're going to multiply the numerators. And then you multiply the denominator by the denominator. And again, always with fractions, you want to remember to simplify if possible. So let's go ahead and take a look at our first example. I'm going to skip the cross-reducing on the first example, and then I'll redo the problem and I'll show you what it looks like for those that cross-reduce. So looking at the first example, all you have to do is multiply the numerators. So then we're going to multiply straight across. So 3 times 6 is 18. Next step is to multiply the denominators. Four times 15, which would give me 60. And again, always with fractions, you want to make sure that you simplify. So we're going to find a number that can go into 18 and into 60. And I'm going to choose 2. So I'm going to divide the top and the bottom by the same number of 2. So 2 goes into 18 9 times. 2 goes into 60 30 times. And again, can I simplify that? We can. We're going to divide by 3 because 3 can go into both of the numbers. 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 goes into 30 10 times. This is as far as it'll go. This is farthest you can simplify it. So your final answer is 3/10. Now I'm going to show you the exact same problem, doing it with the cross-reducing for those that do that. So let me rewrite the problem. So when you cross-reduce, you're going diagonally, and you're just simplifying diagonally. So what can go into 3 and into 15? That would be 3. So 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into 15 5 times. Going the other way, reducing 4/6. 2 can go into both of them. 2 goes into 4 twice. 2 goes into 6 3 times. Now I can multiply my numerators. So 3 times 1. Multiply my denominators. 2 times 5, which is 10. And again, I end up with the same answer as 3/10. So moving on to dividing of fractions. Once again, you do not want to have a common denominator. With dividing of fractions, you're going to flip the second number. So we're going to flip the second fraction. And once again, just like multiplication, you're going to multiply, or let me go back. You're going to cross reduce, if possible. Again, with multiplication, just like with multiplication, you're going to multiply the numerators. And we're going to multiply the denominators. And make sure you always simplify your fractions. Alrighty, so here's our first example. You are going to keep the first fraction the same. You change the division sign into multiplication sign, and then you're going to flip the second number or the reciprocal of the second number. And now you can multiply straight across. So 3 times 12 is 36. 8 times 9 is 72. And again, I can simplify this. So the number that can go into both of them is going to be 9. 9 goes into 36 4 times. 9 goes into 72 8 times. I can reduce 4/8. I'm going to simplify it by 4. So 4 goes into 4 once. 4 goes into 8 twice. So your final answer is 1/2. And I'm going to do the exact same thing I did before, is I'm going to show you the same way doing cross-reducing. So the same problem. So again, the first fraction stays the same. You change it to a multiplication. You do the reciprocal or flip the second number. Again, when you cross-reduce, you cross diagonally. So what can go into 3 and 9, which would be 3? 3 goes into 3 once. 3 goes into 9 3 times. Going the other way, what can go into 8 and 12? Would be 4. 4 goes into 8 twice. 4 goes into 12 3 times. And now you multiply straight across. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. I can simplify 3/6 by 3. So I'm going to divide both of them by 3. 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into 6 twice. And again, my answer is 1/2. Okay, I'm going to give you some practice problems to do for homework tonight. So the first example is 4/9 times -1/8. Your second example is 5/9 divided by 5/6. The third example is 1/4 to the second power. And your last example is 1/8 divided by 1/3. Leave this space here so that we can do the other practice problems.
I'ma be